everybody, it's Patricia and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to rate my Nomad palettes. I have 10 of them now, 10 eyeshadow palettes. And so since I have a nice even number of 10, I decided to rate them. My newest one was my Chamonix Après-Ski palette, and I've played with that enough now that I can safely rank mine in the order of how much I like them. Now, there's not a bad palette. I like all these palettes. Some I like more than others, and I'll explain why when we go through them. So at my number 10, we will start off with the Cartagena Magica palette. I'm just going to say I like them all, so I'm not going to repeat myself there. The reason this one is at the bottom is just because it is definitely a summer palette. It's not a palette I can wear year round. I do really love these colors, but yeah, I only would wear this in warm weather. I guess you could wear that other times, but for me personally, this one came in at my number 10 position. Number 9 is the Iceland Fire and Ice palette. Very, very pretty. Love these beautiful blues with the pop of fire in the middle. Very pretty. Very unique color story that I do enjoy. If you don't like wearing blues, you wouldn't like this palette. I, as you can tell, have it on today. Not this palette, but I have blues on. And I don't have a problem wearing any colors really. But yeah, it's so pretty, but it's not really a versatile palette, as in I could do a lot of different looks with it. I can do different looks, but I'm very limited to my color palette, my color choices here. So there we go. Now, number 8 is the Haunted Europe palette. I love this lenticular cover. I guess you're seeing that. I hope so. I hope you're seeing that. It is so... Oh. This one I didn't get when it first came out. I didn't even have any Nomad eyeshadow palettes when this came out. So when I finally discovered Nomad, this was already gone. So when they re-released it, I grabbed it. Look. This to me is a Halloween palette. And I'll probably just wear this around Halloween because that's the color vibe I'm getting from it. But it's supposed to be like Halloween. You know, it's Haunted Europe. So you've got your oranges, your purples, your greens. You got your Halloween colors. I have no problem with that. This is not anything I'm going to wear year round. I could if I needed to, if it's all I had. But that's why it's where it's at on this ranking. But for packaging, it would be at the top. Definitely. I have to say, Nomad, through the years, their packaging, they keep one-upping themselves. They're doing good with some of their palettes. Next, this was the very first palette I ever purchased from Nomad. It's the Hudson Valley palette. I did buy it in the fall, and because look at these fall colors. This doesn't really scream Halloween to me. This really screams fall leaves. I guess because there's no purples or blacks, you know, those are the really Halloween greens. There are greens, but they're not screaming Halloween to me. This is very much a fall palette, and I do enjoy wearing this one. It is a beautiful palette. So next, where are we at? 10, 9, 8, 7, number 6. This one, oh, the packaging. This one is the Royal Europe. This is layers and layers of cutout. I'm sure you can't really tell. It's amazing. This palette, this cover is amazing. So let me show you the colors inside. It looks like I haven't used it, but I have, I swear. It's 10 mattes and 5, I believe they're duochromes. Let me see if there's... Or no, yeah, they are. Yeah, they're duochromes. I don't know why duochromes, multichromes don't come across on the camera. I don't know why they don't, but oh, beautiful. The only reason this one is lower down is because it's all dark deep shades, jewel tones deep shades. I do not use this palette without using another palette with it. I have to have another palette to go with this palette when I use it. I don't use it as a standalone, but it is beautiful. And these 5 shades right here are just the star. Amazing, amazing. All right, that one is that. If you don't like color, Nomad may not be the brand for you, although they do have palettes, and we'll be seeing them, that are not as really bold, colorful. But if you like color, and all these palettes perform amazingly. The mattes are creamy and pigmented, and the shimmers are just amazing. And so I can highly recommend. So number 5, we're at number 5, is my Fuji 5 Lakes. This cover, it feels like a oil painting. It's all, I just can't convey. Maybe there you can see. Can you see? It's amazing. This is also a fall palette, and I definitely get that feeling from it. But I believe this could be used in the summer. I don't believe this is just a fall palette. I believe this is a palette. Now we're getting into palettes where I think you could use them year round. This one I believe I could use year round. Definitely. Beautiful, beautiful shades. Gorgeous, gorgeous. The packaging with this palette is just unbelievable. The packaging, I mean, we're gonna, I think these last palettes, well, some of them, but yeah, if I might rate them on packaging, but real quick at the end here, but yeah, this packaging, oh. Next on my list, number 4, is the brand new Chamonix Après Ski palette. I am not as impressed with this packaging. It's nice. I really wish they kind of would have outdone themselves like they have previous palettes here recently. To me, it's just an okay packaging. There is a little bit of texture, like it's raised a little bit, but not a whole lot. But this is definitely a winter palette. I feel winter with this. But there are these, I call them like muted pastels that definitely you could wear this in the spring. I believe so. I believe you could wear it year round. But it definitely gives off the winter vibes to me. Not Christmas. It doesn't, the greens are pretty Christmassy, but there's no reds that give you kind of Christmas. But if you have like that pink, you know, some people do pink at Christmas, the pastels, this definitely falls in that line. Very pretty, very pretty. I'm not as impressed with the packaging on this one. Next is the only small palette I have. Nomad came out with 4 travel size palettes, little bite size palettes, and I looked at them. This is the only one I was interested in, and it actually ranks number 3 in my favorite palettes. This is the Oslo something palette, so Sweden, and there it is. It is neutrals. If you like neutrals, then you will definitely, you would like this palette. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. Can easily be thrown in a bag and used anywhere. These are fantastic. Fantastic. Highly recommend. Like I said, there's 4 colorways, and this was like the most neutral. And yeah, it's number 3. Number 2 of my favorites is the Nomad Chicago Speakeasy. This has a faux velvet, like a crushed velvet cover. I definitely keep this in its box. These really nice covers, I'm real careful. I keep them in their box. So this one definitely gets kept in its box. But look at these shades. Here we go. These are very versatile. If you are not someone really into color, I think you would like this palette. It's enough color that lets you dabble in color a little bit, but it gives you your neutrals. It gives you your basics. You know, you can definitely get a lot of eye looks out of this palette, and it's just so pretty. Again, 10 mattes, 5 shimmers. Are they multi-chromes? They are. Some of them are, maybe. Now, I don't know if these are multi-chromes. I can't really tell. But there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And of course, my number one still is the Nomad Ghost Town USA with a lenticular cover. This was like a Halloween palette, but this I think is the most perfect palette. There are so many looks you can get in this, and you've got your neutrals, your basics. It's got browns, greens, blues, golds, purples. It's the most versatile palette I have in my collection. This is my number one palette of all of my eyeshadow palettes. This is my favorite palette. This is what made me say, yes, I really love Nomad Cosmetics. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Love it. Now, if I was going to rate these by their palettes, the packaging, let me see where I would go. I think I would go here, and then probably here. Okay, I'm not going to throw the little one in because the little one's packaging is just kind of blah. So I'm going to start with number one because that's apparently how I have stacked them here. So real quick, if I was judging these palettes by their packaging, the Fuji 5 Lakes, hands down, is my favorite. Just this amazing, amazing packaging. There we go. Just amazing. Next, the Haunted Europe. Because sometimes I think there's a little goth stuck in me, because I love Halloween and witches and monsters and all that good stuff. I really like that. So that would be my second one, with Ghost Town right behind it. I just love these lenticular covers. We need more. We need more of those. And then this die cut multi-layer packaging. My ring light maybe can help you see how it's just layers. It's just layers and layers. I'm seeing, I think, at least 5 layers deep. That's pretty neat. Then would come this crushed velvet. This is not my favorite. I do like it for it's different. This will get dirty because my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes got dirty. That's why I definitely have the box for this. But I have to give it to them. It is a beautiful palette. But I don't want any more crushed velvet ones. Give us something different. Now we're getting into the more boring ones. I've got the Chamonix Après. I mean, I like the photograph on it. It does have a little bit of texture. It's a little bumpy. But otherwise, it's a pretty blah. As far as packaging goes, it's blah. And then, these are the older ones. So, they really stepped up. This is like earlier on. In fact, I think these next 3 palettes are no longer available. The Hudson Valley with it's just plain. It's plain. It's just got a really nice photo on it of I like the picture on it. And then this Iceland Fire and Ice, I'm sure you probably can't tell, it is a little bit of shimmer. There is just a tiniest little bit of shimmer in here. It's not a lot, but just kind of give it that wet look, like a little icy. Just a hint. You have to turn it the right way. There's some blue. It's not glitter. You don't feel it. It's just absolutely flat. But yeah. And then the Cartagena. I mean, it's very colorful. It's plain. And that's how they started, with just these plain. So, as I drop it. So there we go. That is all of my Nomad palettes in order of color and everything, and then in order of packaging, because I love their packaging. I mean, I'm a sucker for packaging, absolutely. And they've just, at times, just knocked it out of the ballpark. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I really would appreciate that. If you have any questions or comments, do you have any Nomad palettes? I'm sure you probably have some I don't have. I really wish I had more of the older palettes, and I'm excited to see what's coming up in the future. And like I said before, their North Pole palette, it's still available, and it will be for a year. I might pick it up closer to Christmas. For next year, I might. I'm not totally against it, but just for the time, I wasn't ready to purchase it right now. So maybe I might pick it up later. But yeah, and if you are new here, I would really love it if you would subscribe. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.